Trans kids are the new Gucci handbag for the upper middle class wine mommies who need attention. Is it true?
Yes and no. I mean, not everyone.
Of course.
So there are parents, and we see this in Hollywood. What is her name? Charlize Theron.
Yes.
She adopts two African-American kids, two boys, and she transes both of them?
How can you do that? It's not even your kids.
No, I mean, if I were the Black community, I would be apoplectic.
I'd be mad.
Furious. But they do this as virtual signaling. Remember what I said earlier about girls not wanting to be the oppressor? This is a way a white affluent person can get out of being the bad person. Like, look at how virtuous I am.
I mutilate two black kids?
I have two trans kids. Oh, that's so great. That's what they're doing. I mean, what is her name? Megan Fox. She has 3.
What are the chances of having 3 kids that are trans?
0.
0 chances.
0, because there's no trans kids. But it's absurd. So they're doing this for to get accolades.
From who?
Oh, from their
sick people?
From their friends. It's like the same sign that people put in front of. I mean, I live near Atherton. These are people that, are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And they put BLM signs in their front yard. Are they doing anything to help black people? They are not. Except they put the sign in there, and so they can say, like, look at me.
I'm with you.
I'm a good person.
As long as you don't come up here.
Yeah.
Stay in LA.
That's right. I'm a good person. But no, will I walk around and read to black people? Will I help elevate them through school? No, I won't do any of that. But I'll put my little sign here because it's easy. It's easy to do. And so there's that set of parents. We also call them kind of transhausen, like Munchausen by proxy. So there are, and it tends to be the moms who want to make their kid trans-identified because they get both pity and they can get some celebrity. I mean, this family who wrote I Am Jazz, they were on TV. They made money off of the misery of their child.
Jazz Jennings by Jessica Herthel.
They had Jazz's penis removed on TV.
No. You're kidding me.
No, the surgery. Look up Jazz Jennings. Yes, I mean, they took celebrity from their child. And where is their child today? He is 25. He dropped out of college, is morbidly obese, is not in a relationship. But the parents made a lot of money.
How old was he at the moment when they cut his penis off?
16 or 17.
On TV, a reality show.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't show the actual.
Of course, but
yeah, oh yeah, on a reality show.
And this is not an abuse.
Well, I would say it's abuse. But yeah, it was for public consumption. This is what these parents did. So you have another subset of parents who, like me, when they were, when their child says that they're transgender, goes to their pediatrician and says, help me, help my child. And you call every psychiatrist and therapist, you're getting recommendations, and you live in a blue state, and every single phone call that you make, it is an affirming counselor who says you must socially transition her. You must call her by a male name. You must treat her as a male. You must forget all of that history you had of her in her, girly dresses. You must hide those pictures, or she will commit suicide. And so you have parents who are terrified. And your child, remember, again, your child is usually in a deep depression when they finally tell you that this is what's going on with them. And so you're watching your child go from a happy girl to cutting her hair, not leaving her room, spending all her time online. And you're watching all of this, and the doctors say the only way to save her is to start calling her a boy. And there's a lot of parents who are so afraid that they're like, okay, we'll just do that. We'll just do that one step. And then the doctor says, put him on puberty blockers. It's a pause button. Don't worry. They're completely reversible.
Lie.
But the parents are, I'm not a doctor. And it's at UCSF or Children's, LA Hospital, the best of the best, or Stanford. Who am I to question that?
Correct.
Okay, I'll put them on puberty blockers because they're the best. They're the doctors. And so a lot of parents get hooked there. And then there's some parents who get beaten up to death by their children because your child gets taken over by this ideology. And your neighbors don't like you anymore if you fight this. And so they're too tired. They're too weak to hold the line because it's hard. I did it. It's hard. You lose friends. Everyone's against you. And you do it alone because there's nobody, at least in a blue state, really there to help you. Now there are. But when we were going through it, there were far and few between, and nobody knew how to get your child out of it. There was no help. And so it's really hard on the parents. And there's a lot of parents who fight against it with their child, and they're not successful because they're really parenting against the millions on the internet. They're parenting against teachers who they're supposed to be in a trust relationship with. They're parenting against school counselors that are secretively having meetings with your child. So it's really hard. I'm going to be really gross here. They are putting together a chemical concoction for males for some kind of oozing to come out of their breasts. They're feeding infants. That's right. So it's a pedophile's dream. Anime turns into hentai. Hentai is cartoon pornography. It can have incest, bestiality, pedophilia. I mean, pedophilia with like 2-year-olds.
What?
Why are there so many men now, 50-year-old men saying that they're women, leaving their families or leaving their jobs, going into little girls' bathrooms? They are created. I once heard a doctor say, it was exciting. We could change sex. How exciting. And then you have the people who are just in it for the money because, man, the money's good. And then you have the fetish people who are doing it because it's cool to cut off little boys' penises and fashion fake vaginas out of them. It's a fetish. Remember we talked about the pedophilia? So there's adult men with micro penises because they were put on puberty blockers. Their penis never grew to be at the man size, and it never will. When she had her baby, her milk came in, but she doesn't have any breasts.
Oh, wow.
And the doctors didn't know what to do. We're in an incredibly dark place where humanity is disappearing unless we switch really, really quick. This will be the end of our civilization. I don't care what happens to me. I really don't. I only care what happens to the future generations.